Today is Tuesday, May 12th. Welcome to Big Book Daily. My name is Rob. I am an alcoholic. It is a thrill, honor, and joy to be here with you today as we journey through the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12 steps and 12 traditions. Today out of the Big Book, we are on Chapter 8, Two Wives. We'll read page 117. Out of the 12 and 12, we are on Tradition 3. We'll read page 140. And of course, read the 24 hours a day and daily reflection. So with that, hope y'all are doing well this morning, my friends. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning. I've got my Grogu mug filled with Mahalo coffee with Almond Joy creamer. Oh man, it's wonderful. Probably not good for you, but it tastes great. And life's good over here. Woke up sober, and I hope that you're doing well too. So with that, let's get to the good stuff. All right, my friends. So if you recall from yesterday's reading, this is a beautiful part where they talk about how the wife can work her own program and that maybe both could improve individually and both grow spiritually together. So we're on 117. We're going to build on that idea. If you and your husband find a solution for the pressing problem of drink, you are, of course, going to be very happy. But all problems will not be solved at once. Seed had started to sprout in a new soil, but growth has only begun. In spite of your newfound happiness, there will be ups and downs. Many of the old problems will still be with you. This is as it should be. The faith and sincerity of both you and your husband will be put to the test. These workouts should be regarded as part of your education, for thus you will be learning to live. You will make mistakes, but if you are in earnest, they will not drag you down. Instead, you will capitalize them. A better way of life will emerge when they are overcome. Some of the snags that you'll encounter are irritation, hurt feelings, and resentments. Your husband will sometimes be unreasonable and you'll want to criticize. Starting from a speck on the domestic horizon, great thunderclouds of dispute may gather. These family dissensions are very dangerous, especially to your husband. Often you must carry the burden of avoiding them or keeping them under control. Never forget that resentment is a deadly hazard to an alcoholic. We do not mean that you have to agree with your husband whenever there's an honest difference of opinion. Just be careful not to disagree in a resentful or critical spirit. Out of the 12 and 12, we're on Tradition 3. The only requirement for AA membership is a desire to stop drinking. And yesterday we have been reading from somebody who worked in the offices where they said the foundation office asked each group to send its list of protective regulations. And if all those rules had been in effect everywhere, nobody could have possibly joined AA at all. So great was the sum of our anxiety and fear. So there was a lot of rules early on. So we are going to build on that on 140. We were resolved to admit nobody to AA, but that hypothetical class of people we termed pure alcoholics. Except for their guzzling and the unfortunate results thereof, they could have no other complications. So beggars, tramps, asylum inmates, prisoners, queers, plain crackpots, and fallen women were definitely out. Yes, sir. We'd cater only to pure and respectable alcoholics. Any others would surely destroy us. Besides, if we took in those odd ones, what would decent people say about us? We built a fine mesh fence right around AA. Maybe this sounds comical now. Maybe you think we old-timers were pretty intolerant. But I can tell you that there was nothing funny about the situation then. We were grim because we felt that our lives and homes were threatened. And that was no laughing matter. Intolerant, you say? Well, we were frightened. Naturally, we began to act like most everybody does when afraid. After all, isn't fear the true basis of intolerance? Yes, we were intolerant. How could we then guess that all those fears were to prove groundless? How could we know that thousands of these sometimes frightening people were to make astonishing recoveries and become our greatest workers and intimate friends. Was it credible that AA was to have a divorce rate far lower than average? Could we then foresee that troublesome people were to become our principal teachers of patience and tolerance? Could any then imagine a society which would include every conceivable kind of character and cut across every barrier of race, creed, politics, and language with ease? "24 hours a day, May 12th. AA thought for the day. When we come into AA looking for a way out of drinking, we really need a lot more than that. We need fellowship. We need to get the things that are troubling us out into the open. We need a new outlet for our energies. And we need a new strength beyond ourselves that'll help us face life instead of running away from it. In AA, we find these things that we need. Have I found the things that I need? Meditation for the day. Turn away all thoughts of doubt and fear and resentment. Never tolerate them if you can help it. Bar the windows and doors of your mind against them, as you would bar your home against a thief who would steal in to take away your treasures. What greater treasures can you have than faith and courage and love? All these are stolen from you by doubt and fear and resentment. Face each day with peace and hope. They are results of true faith in God. Faith gives you a feeling of protection and safety that you can get in no other way. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may feel protected and safe, but not only when I'm in the harbor. I pray that I may have protection and safety even in the midst of the storms of life. Daily Reflection, May 12th. The past is over. AA experience has taught us that we cannot live alone with our pressing problems and the character defects which cause or aggravate them. If Step 4 has revealed in stark relief those experiences we'd rather not remember, then the need to quit living by ourselves with those tormenting ghosts of yesterday gets more urgent than ever. We have to talk to somebody about them. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 55. Whatever is done is over. It cannot be changed. But my attitude about it can be changed through talking with those who have gone before and with sponsors. I can wish the past never was, but if I change my actions in regard to what I have done, my attitude will change. I won't have to wish the past away. I can change my feelings and attitudes, but only through my actions and the help of my fellow alcoholics. All right, my friends, that concludes today's reading, talking about the past and that daily reflection. Whew, man. That's a deep one. Once again, I closed the book. Let me go back to it. Whatever is done is over. It cannot be changed. But my attitude about it can be changed through talking with those who've gone before and with sponsors. I can wish the past never was, but if I change my actions in regard to what I have done, my attitude will change. So what I hear there is actions before the attitude changes. Acting my way into the right thinking. And it says in the big book, we don't want to regret the past nor wish to shut the door on it. And that's because our past can be our greatest asset to help the newcomer, the next suffering alcoholic, right? To go, yeah, I've been there. Hey, you're not alone. But how can I stop beating myself up over my past? How do I do that? Well, one, I think helping others really helps. And two, making sure, whether it's direct amends or indirect amends. Well, let me even back up. In step 5, talking over with the sponsor in the first place, shedding light on it in the first place, instead of hiding it in that closet. Or eventually it starts to scratch on the closet door and keep you up at night. So by shedding light on the situation in the first place, that helps. Being honest about it in my inventory, and then talking about it with a trusted friend. And then maybe that trusted friend can give you a different perspective about that situation and some strategies to make sure it doesn't happen again. And then whether or not we have to make the direct or indirect amends, as long as we're trying to make those amends and making sure it doesn't happen again, we can look back at our past and be like, yeah, it's part of my story. But there can be victory over it. I love that. It says here, I won't have to wish the past away. I can change my feelings and attitudes, but only through, here it is again, my actions and the help of my fellow alcoholics. So what I'm taking away from that is acting our way into the right thinking. I know with some things, time alone can help it melt away. But for some of the things I've done in the past, time didn't cut it. Because I'd still replay the tape. I'd still replay things that happened in my childhood. So I had to act. For me, I had to talk to somebody about it. Actually, before that, I had to inventory about it. Then I had to talk to somebody about it. And honestly, step 5, when I was talking to somebody about it, I realized it wasn't as scary as I originally thought. And then eventually, I get a different perspective on that situation. They might reveal something that is going on in me that I never realized before. And I can work on that. And I can give that to my higher power in step 7. I can become willing to make those amends in step 8. And then I can make those direct and indirect amends in step 9. And continue to do that. That's just great stuff. But my friends, I hope that made sense. There was a lot more I wanted to say, but we're already on like 16, 17 minutes here, so I better go ahead and cut it short. But I hope you all have a great day today. If you are sober, I hope you know that you are a miracle and that you're giving a great gift to those around you. And I would love to share your experience, strength, and hope on the podcast one day. BigBookDaily@gmail.com. I would love to hear from you. And I mean, there's somebody's personal story I always get something out of. It's always a joy. And if you're not sober today, I hope you know that you're a miracle as well and that you are worthy of recovery. All you need is the honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness to make that first step toward change today. May 12th could be a brand new chapter in your life. So I pray that you get the help that you need today. And as always, my friends, I don't speak on behalf of AA, NA, Al-Anon, any other sect. I am just a joyful drunk in this lifeboat of recovery. Honored to be here today. I just want to be helpful. And if we are given another set of 24 hours, I sincerely look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow.